Welcome to the first episode of The Boys Next Door.
You asked.
We listened, and
here
here we
we
are.
Most people know us as the Beauty Boys.
Yes, but to me, you're just my husband.
Oh, that's true. We started the Beauty Boys 6 years ago, really as a labor of love for all things beauty, right?
Hair, makeup, fashion, bridal.
And we were working together. Well, actually, let's backtrack a little bit.
Yes, I would say, before we get into that, have you ever been in a situation that is just so unbelievable?
Yeah, I have, and you were there.
And when I say the word unbelievable, I don't even mean like, oh, wow, that's like unbelievable. Like,
No, it's
actually unbelievable.
not something that I'm sure people haven't also experienced. It's like when you're working somewhere and maybe your coworkers or people you work with are kind of like creating a situation around you that you're not even like aware of, and then
It just spirals.
it spiraled out of control. So we were working at a salon together.
A big salon nonetheless.
A big salon, and that's like kind of what I was used to. Like most of my career, I was always like in a larger salon.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're getting smaller.
The industry's changing in that respect.
Changed a lot, and we were enjoying being there. I was there for a long time before you started working there with me.
Yeah.
And we had a great dynamic, and I thought that we were well received by all the people that we worked with. But I think that I don't want to say like that pull that we had and that
Our vibe
together, which like we felt
immediately,
and was like a positive thing, cannot always be taken that way. Like I thought like it was just going to add another layer to us at work, and I didn't think we were being any different at work than we were.
But people always love to spin the narrative.
Right. I know. I hate using that word.
You do, but I feel like it's such a good one for
It
them.
applies here. I feel like, yeah, they were creating things that just weren't really going on, and I felt like we were starting to feel stunted, like we weren't going to be able to grow there.
And we always say too, like if you're in a situation where you feel like you've reached your potential, but you can't grow anywhere else, it's time to make a change.
Yeah, and that's not even just professionally, personally, in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
in general.
Life in general.
One of my favorite quotes is, "Nothing changes if nothing changes."
We're still not sure who said it, because originally we thought your grandpa said it, but now we're not
sure. But
sure.
as time's gone on, I don't think he actually said it.
I know, but I still like to think he said it, but maybe
we're going to
have to double check with your grandma to see.
Yeah, I'll check with her.
Right?
Yeah.
But right, if nothing changes, and sometimes you have to take a step back to take a step forward, and
we did.
We left that situation and we went into a small little suite.
And we love the sweet life. Salons by JC.
I don't know if you're familiar, but just so that they understand, like the suites are a bunch of different salon related industry
businesses, individual businesses,
all in one big like
space.
I don't want to say warehouse,
but I would say I always describe it to people like, think of a tanning salon. How there's individual rooms.
Tanning salons.
Wait, but people know what a tanning salon is.
You mean with the hallways down?
Yes, with the hallway, and there's like individual rooms, or you could say a dorm room.
Right. Okay. Better.
Like I would
not
say
that I don't.
A dorm.
I still go to a tanning salon.
Yeah, me too.
Whether it be a spray tan or not a spray tan, but either way. But just for the visual, you mean anything that's like a hallway where you see a bunch of doors.
100%.
But it doesn't look cold like a hospital. It looks like cool.
No.
It's like inviting.
Mary Cosby, smell hospital.
I can't, because that's the worst smell, and we all know that smell.
I can't.
Anyway,
girl.
But so it was a creative space where you could kind of build your brand and not
start a new business,
involved in the drama of like everybody else. So you can create whatever environment you want in that room for you and your clients, which is a good thing, but can also be challenging if you're not someone that is used to being one-on-one with your clients for an extended period.
I was just going to say, do it well on your own, because it is such a small, intimate space. And especially if we're doing hair color, you could be, by your client's side for 4 to 6 hours. If you're doing a large project, and if you're used to like a big salon where you could go disappear into the back room.
They put a touch up on and disappear.
Yeah.
Which sometimes, and it's fine. You can always go by your client's lead if they want to just chill.
We always say that it's a natural flow of conversation, that there should be lows and highs, and just weave your way in and out of it.
But if you are someone that might struggle being one-on-one, the suite might be a little challenging. But we liked it. I think our clients loved having that personal one-on-one time with us, and we enjoyed.
We got to customize it.
You could design it however you want. It was really a good experience, but we outgrew it, and we ended up needing to like get more space. So we wanted to go back into a salon, but we were also nervous because
The size.
and then it was like, if we get into a salon, are we gonna have to have a whole big staff again? And we didn't really want to jump right back into that.
No.
So we found a place
On 4th Avenue in Bayshore.
which we still are there, and we love Bayshore. We love the town. It's poppin'.
But before we even chose to move into that space, we actually looked at it.
Yes.
2 years prior.
When we first went to leave the place we were working at, I'm not saying it right.
Of course.
And we were looking, before we went in the suite, we looked at the space next to our current salon.
Yes.
But it was too big, and we were nervous, and we didn't take it.
We weren't ready to take the jump yet.
No.
Take the
But
leap.
to end up right next door
It's cruising.
when we were ready is just an example of sometimes it may feel uncomfortable like when you're going through a change like that, but it does come back around.
You have to trust the universe. I'm a big believer in that the universe has its timing on certain things. You have to just let it ride and see where the chips may fall.
Yeah, with
As
full
they
with
say.
Amy, as they say. You and your changing expression.
Is that what they say?
I think that's it. Let the chips fall where they may. What did you
Girl,
say?
please, I don't even
What did you
know.
say? Let the chips.
Let the chips fall.
I don't know. But either way,
You guys are going to
get the
learn.
point.
I mess up every
You mess
expression.
them up. You just
I change it.
you change it. You'll combine like one and then the other.
Sometimes it could be a good one, or sometimes it could be a bad one.
A lot of times I like your version better, but I can't think of a good example right now, but I'm sure it will happen anyway. So you'll know.
As they'll see, I can't.
So we open the salon and we love it there.
We love it. Like we said before, it's called the Beauty Boys.
Yes.
And people always ask us, where did that name come from?
And it's really just because like that's what we are.
It is.
It's not saying we're beautiful. I mean, like that's our industry. That's our industry. And I think we were in a place where we were around so much feminine energy that we wanted something that's
Like set us apart. And
Set
we
us
always say
apart.
too, like even with our aesthetic of our house, it's like a mixture of masculine and feminine.
it's an extension of us.
Even our salon though. So we wanted it to be a little bit masculine, but a little bit feminine, like the perfect balance of both.
And to still have that vibe that our clients got used to coming to the suite, that they
More of a
still had
boutique
all of our
setting.
attention.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, let's face it, we mostly do everything.
We do everything. We don't have any assistants. We've
We've
been there, done that.
We've gone through several and some better experiences than others.
Yes.
But it's just one of my friends who's a salon owner said when I was talking to him about hiring assistants, and he said it's the bane of his existence because
It's hard.
It's different than it used to be, so it gets hard trying to find.
Especially bringing like someone new into your space.
Yeah.
And having expectations. I feel like especially with the world we live in today, everyone's idea of going to work is so different.
Yes. I think our clients, got real used to just being with us, and then sometimes when we would bring an assistant in or someone to help
Who's
us,
that?
exactly.
that?
And I think
If it wasn't you or me finishing one of their hair, vice
I
versa,
think that's partially by our own doing because we got everyone a little spoiled,
ourselves included.
ourselves included, that we didn't even love necessarily when there would be somebody,
It was an adjustment period.
It was an adjustment, but it really does work best with just us. And sometimes, yes, I wouldn't think at how long I've been doing hair that I'd be washing.
How long have we been doing hair?
I don't want to, I've been doing hair for over 20 years, so I wouldn't have thought at this point in my career I'd be washing hair.
You do always say that.
You know what I mean? But like,
And that's just the truth
and
of
I'm
the
not trying
matter.
to sound any type of way, but anybody
Yeah.
that's in the industry knows that when you're assisting, you can't wait until you're not the one washing
You're
hair
on the
anymore,
floor
to be
doing your
on
own
the floor.
clients.
But I don't feel like that whole concept is the same anymore. Of being
I
on
feel
the
different
floor,
about
right?
it.
It's all different.
Yeah.
So, and especially to go back to the suites, some people come out of beauty school now and go right into a suite.
Especially with social media and the following that you could build almost instantly with doing hair.
Yeah.
Even makeup, of
The
course. but
creative aspect and the knowledge of being in a salon and being able
is a game
to really
changer.
bounce off someone when you worked in a salon.
Salon culture is a real thing. And I always say I'm so grateful for my time in a salon, in a large salon,
Yeah.
because I genuinely did love it.
Yeah, 100%.
I love working
Absolutely.
with multiple people, asking different professional opinions,
Yeah,
seeing how other people's creative energy works.
yeah.
And I did learn a lot.
And we both have retail backgrounds, which I think
Yes.
is I worked for Mac for a long time, cosmetics, not the computer,
Mac boy.
but makeup. Because when I say Mac, some people are like, oh, you know computers? And I'm like, you serious? I'm like, no, it is.
Anybody that knows this, we know a little bit about computers, but we're talking about Mac, we're talking about Mac Cosmetics.
Like I would say I worked for Apple, but anyway, I used to work for Mac Cosmetics and I worked for Chanel for a while. So that retail background helps a lot. And you also.
Yeah, I worked for Laura Mercier when I was going to school in the city. I learned so much from them. Anastasia, Beverly Hills. I was freelancing with them for a little bit. And we always say having their retail background has made us really be able to adapt in any situation.
You're prepared for any customer, any personality, you've seen it, any skin tone, because you have
Skin type, anything.
Skin type, skin tone, that's all things. Age, yes, because you have to be able, you can't be the makeup artist that you're on location. You're like, oh, I'm not doing grandma's makeup because her eyelids move. And I'm like, yes, you are. Like
or clapping your hand on top of her head to like get her stop moving.
Like you can't just do the people that have tight skin or the people that look like, you know, an easy makeup, a Victoria's Secret model or somebody that has like I always call it like a makeup face. Like, oh, she has a good makeup face. Of course, we all want that girl, but it's not always. So you have to know all the things. So working in retail background,
really shaped it for us.
Being an assistant in the salon, those are the things that really where you get your knowledge.
And your experience. Because I feel like especially with that, you gain confidence over time.
Right.
And I don't mean confidence like in a cocky way, meaning that you're able to deliver what your client asks of you, whether it's hair color, makeup, clothing, anything.
Right. I mean, it's situational, you know, because you deal in beauty school with a little bit of like this and that, but once you're...
Especially where we went to beauty school, they throw you right on the floor.
Oh, and once, shout out Libs.
Yeah, it's a little
once they know that you can do hair...
And hustle.
When I was on Saturdays at beauty school, like once I hit the floor... I was making up.
You were making up hours. I was staying until 10 o'clock at night instead of showing up on a Saturday.
I was doing both, but anybody that knows that, when you miss hours. But I was making them up on Saturdays, and they knew that I could do hair and do it fast, and I was being like,
I know,
cranking out.
Especially in beauty school, like people are coming in for, you know, of course, a discounted service, but if they're happy with how the student is doing their hair, they will sit 6 hours and wait for you to blow out their hair.
Here's another little hack for students in beauty school. If you tell your beauty school teacher that you're on the floor with, like, I'm really good at doing short haircuts or sets or perms. They want to make
Never a perm.
I didn't want to do those, but because I was good at shorter haircuts and I could do a quick blowout, my teacher gave those to me because she knew I was quick at them, and then I would get away with not doing
client card like this. Right. By the time we graduated,
they probably don't even have cards anymore.
But I like
cards.
We love cards.
I love paper cards, but I don't. But either way, like your teacher will kind of like give you the clients that works for them, and then they'll give the perms.
And you have to be hungry for it because the teachers, they really want you to hustle. They want you to try things. They want you to mess up.
Start knowing what it's like being around the floor when you're in a real salon and when they're not with you, and especially if you're gonna say go into a suite after you graduate beauty school. That's a crucial time that you should be
going 0 to 100
learning while you're in beauty school, because once you come in, you know, someone comes in.
They could ask you for anything.
We did ask. We used to say, like...
Hair by Trisha.
Hair by Trisha, love her. We used to always, like, go to knock on their door with, like, a cup and be like, can I borrow a cup of sugar? But we really needed bleach. But that was a nice thing about the atmosphere.
And we really were the boys next door.
Oh, yeah. If you ever get into one of those places, if you get into the right one, you can still have a sense of camaraderie and creative, like...
Yeah, we still had like Friendsgivings there.
Oh, I forgot about
fun holidays.
Izzy's at Friendsgiving. Yeah, it was so cool.
No, it was a different vibe, but it still felt intimate.
Yeah, and you would think it would be competitive because when you're in a salon, sometimes you're so competitive with other people in the salon, and you would think in a building that has everyone having different businesses that all do the same thing. It was not. It was the opposite.
If anything, we were referring each other for certain things.
I feel like your guard was down because you were trying to help each other, and you would refer other things out that maybe you couldn't accommodate, and it was the opposite, right?
Especially because we did makeup, and a lot of people in there at the time didn't.
Yeah.
So we met so many really nice people because of that. Really.
So now that you have a taste of who we are, What are we gonna be talking about here? Let's talk about some shit.
I feel like we're really going to get into the tea. And I believe that that's also part of the reason why we wanted to do this is to, I hate the expression, but like rip the Band-Aid off. But
Here we go again.
here we go, guys.
Here we go
Like,
again.
what is it?
Rip the
Pop open the
Band-Aid
lid?
off.
What is it?
I mean, I don't know what you're trying to say. Rip the Band-Aid off. Yes, I know that is probably, but I think shockingly, we always say like to us, people ask us a lot of things that I wouldn't think anyone cares about.
We do always say
Like,
that.
what's it like working with your husband, and do you ever get sick of each other and things like
The
that?
answer is no.
No,
We
and
never
no.
get sick of each other.
Why? Why? Because I think one of the reasons is one of my favorites is that
Tell me.
when you are working with your partner, your spouse, whatever it may be, when you come home, have you ever had a day at work where you've like spent and you've had it and you can't even think or talk about it for another second, and then you walk into your house and your husband or wife or whoever says, "How was your day?" and you want to jump out the window?
Oh, this one especially. You do not ask
Don't
me
ask me.
that.
But I never have
We're
to
not
deal with
together.
that because he's with me. So a lot of times when we come home, it's like, I don't want to talk about any
We
of
will
that.
talk about our workday on the car ride home. And by the time we walk in the door, our dogs are screaming at us because they missed us all day.
True.
Shout out grandma for taking care of them.
My mom, we live next door to my mom.
Yes.
We're super close with both our moms.
Zach, shout out
And we
Mary
live next
Lynn.
door to one, and the other one helps us with
Everything else.
everything else. So one keeps our home life together, and then one keeps everything else together.
Yeah.
And we would be lost without both of you. Like,
And they both run a tight ship.
yeah, in different ways, but they do.
Yeah.
And they get along, which is also
Yes.
a huge bonus.
We're so grateful and we're so blessed and we love you both.
Yeah.
So much.
But so when we get home, sometimes
it.
I don't want to talk about work anymore. And it happens sometimes that we'll be eating and then it'll kind of creep back into the conversation where like, I'm more inclined to be like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not talking.
Or if I'm sitting on my Mac, not my computer,
Yeah.
and sending a broadel inquiry, answering a broadel inquiry or sending out contracts, things like that, of course, then we do talk about it.
Yes.
But our day itself in the salon, it pretty much stops as soon as we walk in the door.
Side note, that's why it says on our bridal inquiries, we have 24 to 48 hours to get back to you because, and we always make sure it's in that time span.
Yes.
But it's because we do them ourselves. Like those things we want to come from us. So we want to make sure we answer all your questions that you fill out on the inquiry. So when we get home, sometimes after a 12-hour day, we are doing those at night. And Nicholas is the one that's physically doing them. But yes, I'm there. He's asking me questions.
And we have Bella, our beauty concierge.
Yeah.
Shout out Bella.
She knows who she is. If you know, you know.
And you girls have spoken to her too, but she really just
Get all the important things that we have to
Get the
deal with
deets.
by the end of the day together so we know exactly what needs like our immediate attention. But sometimes if you get to 25 hours, somebody will say, oh, it's been 25 hours. And I'm like, it says 24 to 48 because we need that time. But when we get home and we're doing those kind of things, that's when it can be hard because we end up back on like a work thing. But even then, like if I run out of steam, how many times where I'm just like, I'm not.
And you girls will see when I send you that
Very
contract, it could be 12 o'clock in the morning,
Yes.
1 o'clock in the morning.
I know. That's like a whole nother thing.
Because like you said, we really do work. Like Tuesdays and Thursdays, we normally are working 12 to 9, but it's never 12 to 9.
You open your own business, they say. You do everything. You are the first one in, last one out. You think like, oh, I'm going to be able to work the best. I can do whatever I want now. Yeah, you can, but you're going to make yourself more busy than you were when you worked for someone. I don't know how it happens, but it really
That's a
just
really
does.
good
Don't you
point.
think that's true?
That's a really good
Like all of
point.
a sudden you're like, you would think you'd be like, oh, I'll just blow this off. No, you have to do it because if you don't do it, it's not getting done.
I said even today, getting ready, I was like, oh my God, I thought I gave myself 3 hours to get ready. I said, girl, I need 6 hours.
There may be a video of him somewhere gluing on nails in the car just to fix his broken nail. It's always
I
the last
can't.
minute thing because we
You
don't
guys know.
give ourselves enough time. We make sure we have time for you guys, but we don't put ourselves on the priority list enough as far as
true.
we do as far as enjoying life, but not as far as how much time we allow ourselves to get together.
Even when we think that we've given ourselves enough
That's
time.
when we're worse.
I know.
That's
But I
usually
would say
when
we
we're
work
worse.
really well under pressure.
Yeah, we stopped saying that. Like, or maybe
Put pressure for ourselves.
right, but like it's just a little like food for thought. Is it we're waiting to the last minute, or is it that you work better under pressure? Which is it? Is it both?
I think
Is
it's
it one or the
combo.
other? I would like people and answer. I would like to know. You think it's a combo?
I think it is situational based on what you have coming up.
Yeah, sometimes you genuinely just forget about stuff and you may have forgotten like a few little details and then you get it together. And that's
course.
just like,
Like if you have an event or a party coming up, I will not wait until the last minute. Unless, of course, it's like buying an outfit, then I'll wait.
Because if you,
But not for the details involved.
no, but as far as ourselves, once again, yeah, the party details are ready to go.
Yeah.
But getting ourselves together, we
Push
do the
it.
last minute.
Yeah. But it all works out.
It does always work
Always.
out. That's why sometimes when you ever hear like when somebody will tell you like what they thought was like an overwhelming amount of things to do, and I'm like,
Please.
I'm like, I could do that all before I even leave this building. Like,
Yes.
not even get up from my chair. Like,
Or
some of the
even
things,
just people working a regular, just classic 9 to 5 and then going home and not having to do anything. I have so much respect for that schedule. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel like
you wish you had that.
I wish I had that, but at the same time, I don't.
No, me either. I just wish sometimes I do wish I had a job though, where if I called in sick, it didn't ruin like 10 other people's day.
Oh, 100%.
Because if you have to cancel, like I genuinely feel bad. Not only
We do. We really do.
does it stress me that I have to reschedule a whole book of clients, and I'm talking about like hair clients, not like canceling a wedding. Like
Never.
never ever.
We've shown up under extenuating.
I think extenuating. You were right the first time. Extenuating circumstances
Yes.
we've showed up for. But
Yes.
if you get sick and you have to cancel a day of clients at the salon, it's hard to put them all back in if you're booked. And also, that sometimes they book their hair appointment. You guys book your hair appointments based upon things you have going on in your life. So I genuinely feel bad if I cancel. So I wish sometimes that if I had like a job where I was like maybe in an office where it'd be like, oh, I'm
On the operator.
right. I don't feel good, but you could work from home today and you could kind of still get your work done, but rest. Like we don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
Either you're there full force or you're not.
That's so true.
I
Really?
think so.
But we're going to get into all that. So
But before we wrap it up,
check it out.
let's ask each other one question, because we called the pod not just the Beauty Boys pod, because we didn't call it the Beauty Boys pod because we wanted to be able to, talk about everything.
Dive into it all.
Yeah, dive into it all. And we always thought the Boys Next Door thing was like a cute name because like we always say like, we're not your average boys next door.
We always say that's on our website.
So I feel like we want to be able to talk about pop culture and maybe current events, nothing
Reality
too heavy,
TV.
reality
Yes.
TV.
Nothing too heavy because,
We want to just have like a version of how we have fun in the salon with our clients.
100%.
In
Tell me.
like on here.
And we always say too, even when we listen to something, whether it's music or put something on,
Right.
you want an escape from your reality.
Right.
So even if it's just for a quick 30 minutes, just like a little, like something light.
Right. Things like that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I have a couple questions written down that I could ask you.
Let's hear it.
All right, but you have, I know you wrote down two, but I'm gonna, do you want me to go first or you want me to go?
I want to do first.
You want to ask me first.
Okay, so we love the Bravo world, the Bravo universe, and we love our housewives.
Yes.
So,
OG and otherwise.
of course.
Love you, Sonia.
So if you had to choose one franchise to be a full-time cast member
Oh, my question was similar.
right now, which franchise are you going on and what fruit will you be holding?
The Kardashian.
I can't.
No, I'm just
Me
kidding.
too.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm Kim.
I love them. I would. Oh, ciao, Kim.
Ciao, Kim.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm understanding. Franchise, I could be I'm going to be on the show. Like as a,
You're not acting as a cast member currently. You're yourself.
I'm going to be myself on the
Correct.
show. Like as myself as boy. Like if they were, because they were
the drag diva over there.
not like a new version of myself.
No, it's you.
Me, just
right
like
now.
the first boy housewife.
The house husband.
First house husband. Okay. Putting it into the universe. I like it.
Yes.
So, okay, so this was not my question. Okay. So if I could be the new addition to any franchise, that's what it is, right?
Yes. And it could stretch all the way to Dubai because, we love our Dubai girls.
I mean, I like Dubai. It's gorgeous, but I don't know if I would like thrive there. So I'm just going to say.
No, I'm just saying, so you're not restricted to just,
restricted, but just that example in general. Like, I just don't know if that would be the best choice for me as the first house husband in Dubai.
No, I hear you.
So I'm gonna go. it's hard because we have an affection for like Roni, OG Roni.
Yes.
As much as I love the new Roni,
Love
OG
it.
Real Housewives of New York is definitely. I wanted to say that or Orange County.
Really?
Like that's what I.
I did not think you were gonna say New York.
What I wanted to say is New York, but I really think if I had to pick, I'm sorry, but if I was going on, it would be with the people that are on it right now.
I didn't even think about
Well, I
that.
just need to know because if I said OC, I would say OC, but I want it like OC with like Vicky, Tamra, like Gretchen. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I would want to
Love
do
you,
OC right now. No offense. I'm still watching, but I'm just saying I don't think I would want.
You know, I hear you.
Okay.
I didn't think that far into it, but
All right,
yes.
fine. So I don't want to overthink it. So you know what my answer is? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, you bitch me too.
And I totally changed my whole. Yeah.
You're so rude.
Dude,
He
because
didn't ask me. That was mine.
Kyle's still on it. I love.
I thought you were Kyle.
I thought you were. I like the demographic. Gabby. I like the demographic of Beverly Hills, like what it looks like there, and I feel like it's one of the most exciting ones. When Beverly Hills premiered, people were like,
Love it. Holding a gorgeous diamond.
right, like because everybody wanted to see. I remember on the original like part of it, the whole point was to give people a glimpse into that lifestyle and that zip code that we have never. That some people may never. We may
What is
never
the
know.
zip code there? Isn't it like a famous number?
Are you kidding me?
Is it 90210? Is it? Wait,
I'm so sorry for every Beverly Hills 90210 fan out there in the world, especially because that I listen to 90210 OMG with Tori Spelling and Jenny Garth. I listened to.
even do it right now.
I watched. No, I think
keeps you watch everything that's
90210 because I'm shocked. But yes, it's a famous zip code.
I can't.
It's a famous zip code. Yeah, 90210 is the zip code there.
Oh,
So
man, I
that's the
love
one.
it.
That's my answer.
Me
So I'm going to
too.
give you the same question, but that's your answer.
You
back.
took it.
Okay,
You didn't
fine.
even ask me yet. I can't. That's why, guys, you'll see we're on the same wavelength without even asking each
A lot of
other.
times that does happen, but we're really excited to
Yeah,
be
no,
on this
can't wait.
new journey with you guys, and we hope that you continue to listen, subscribe.
Ask us questions. We'll be reading all the comments. Anything you want us to talk about, go over.
Yeah, if you have any that's a good point. Anything that you guys want to ask us, which again,
We're open.
but anything you want to know, we're open to talk about. Like,
Yes.
really.
That's the tea, honeybee.
That's the tea, honeybee. I love that. Okay, so please come back again
Yes.
next time.
You're so cute. I love you. I can't.
Oh, I love you too. Bye.
Bye.